I never thought I'd be the man sitting here, telling a story about betrayal. I married my wife young. I worked hard, built a stable life, and I thought that would be enough. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. I gave her loyalty, consistency, and love. For years, I believed that was all she wanted. But looking back, I should have seen the signs. The long nights at work. The cold tone whenever I tried to talk to her. The way she'd pull away when I reached for her hand. At first, I told myself she was just stressed, tired, maybe even going through a rough patch. I was wrong. The truth was far darker than I imagined. It started small. She became dismissive of the little things I did. The dinners I cooked, the compliments I gave, the effort I put in just to see her smile. Instead of warmth, I got indifference. Instead of intimacy, I got excuses. And then came the late-night phone calls. Whispered conversations. The kind where the second I walked into the room, she'd turn her phone face down and say, "It's nothing. Just a friend." But deep down I already knew. When I finally discovered the truth, it wasn't just some fling. It wasn't just some guy. She was having an affair with a man who was everything I wasn't. Powerful, rich, and untouchable. A billionaire businessman with his name on magazines, his face plastered across TV screens. The kind of man who thought rules didn't apply to him. The night I found out, I felt crushed. Humiliated. How could I, an ordinary man, ever compete with someone like that? He had private jets. I had a used pickup truck. He wore tailored suits. I wore shirts that were 3 years old. And yet, it wasn't the wealth that broke me. It was hearing my wife, the woman I loved, talk about me like I was nothing. One night, I overheard her on the phone with him. She laughed. That same laugh she used to share with me, and said, "He's harmless. Weak. He'll never leave. He'll never do anything." Do you know what it feels like to have the woman you built your life with dismiss you as if you're invisible? To be treated as if your loyalty, your sacrifice, your love mean absolutely nothing? That night, something inside me broke, but not in the way they expected. Because while they thought I was weak, what they didn't know was that I had something far more dangerous than wealth or status. I had patience. I had knowledge. And I had the one thing her billionaire lover never expected. The ability to destroy him where it hurt most. You see, what my wife didn't realize is that I wasn't as irrelevant as she thought. Through my own work, I had access to information. Connections. And one of those connections happened to be tied directly to her lover's upcoming billion-dollar deal. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I didn't confront him. Instead, I watched. I studied. I waited. I learned enough to see that his empire wasn't as flawless as it appeared. There were cracks beneath the surface. Risks he was hiding, corners he was cutting, secrets that could burn everything down. And with just the right nudge, I could make sure those cracks turned into a collapse. So I made my move. Quietly. Carefully. Behind the scenes. I leaked the right information to the right people. A regulator. A rival. A journalist hungry for blood. It didn't take much, just a whisper in the right ear. The rest took care of itself. And then, like clockwork, it all began to unravel. I still remember the morning the headlines broke. Billion-dollar deal collapses amid scandal. His face, the smug, arrogant face of the man who stole my wife, was plastered across every news outlet. But this time, not as a symbol of power. He was a symbol of failure. His empire shook. Investors fled. His reputation, once untouchable, was in ruins. And my wife. She was blindsided. The man she'd traded me for, the man she laughed with while mocking me, suddenly wasn't a god anymore. He was broken. And with his fall, her fantasy of luxury, wealth, and status went up in smoke. I'll never forget the look in her eyes when she realized it was over. The anger, the desperation, the regret. She wanted someone to blame. She wanted stability again. She wanted me. She came crawling back, begging for forgiveness. Saying she made a mistake. Saying she didn't realize what she had until it was gone. But by then, I was done. I didn't do this for her. I didn't destroy him to win her back. I did it because for once, I wanted to stop being the weak man she thought I was. I wanted to remind myself that I wasn't powerless. That even an ordinary man could bring down someone untouchable. And that's exactly what I did. So, when she begged for another chance, I looked her in the eye and told her the truth. I may not have been enough for you, but I was more than enough without you. Then I walked away. In the end, I didn't just lose a wife. I lost the illusion of what I thought love was supposed to be. But in that loss, I gained something far greater: self-respect, strength, the knowledge that I didn't need her, or her billionaire lover, to define my worth. And to this day, I carry that lesson with me. Never underestimate the quiet man. Because sometimes, the ones you dismiss as weak are the ones who will bring your whole world crashing down.